Hi, media. We'll have Coach available shortly. If you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand.
This getting away from it a bit, really hard with Jack, to try to get him to, you know, possess the puck, what type of plays to make, where to be on the ice, how to support the play. And I thought he had some really good looks tonight. He was around the puck. He hadn't scored in a while, and you could see it happen, right? He got one recently, and now it's probably going to go the other way for him. Well, at the end of the second period, two really good looks in the power play, two good saves. Had a few other looks in the power play, got blocked. So, but the puck was finding him. He made a mistake on our PP entry there. we got casual and sloppy on it at times tonight. We paid the price as we should have at some point, right? Because you got to be cleaner. And then we bounced back from that. So his game overall was excellent, but he had some boo-boos mixed in. The turnover in the breakout, I think it was the second period, I think was on the D as much. He wasn't supporting in the right spot. He needs to be closer to the play, but there was a few careless plays from Brad and from our whole group for that matter, but we were able to overcome them.
You see them on a day-to-day basis, but that goal in overtime, forcing to the later makes instead give a clear version of how bright he is on the ice.
Well, he's a smart hockey player. People can judge him on other things, but he's got great hockey sense. I mean, he's made it on his second, third, fourth, fifth effort. To be honest with you, that's how he's gone from an NHL fourth liner to a regular to an elite player in my mind is his effort. But he's a student of the game. Trust me, if you ask him questions, he follows hockey and he works on details and sees what other players do. How can he work that into his game? We've talked about power play, half wall stuff with other guys doing. He's trying to learn that stuff. So, he's a guy that values information and he's not just showing up at the rink and going out and winging it. He's invested both physically and in learning the game. We hadn't seen him in a while. They made a coaching change. We talked about some of the adjustments. They seem to be playing with, maybe a little more attack energy, getting their D involved. For us, it's always about, we try not to change our game no matter what. Obviously, there's adjustments you make, but when teams are jumping up the ice, you got to make sure you have structure through the neutral zone. I thought that wasn't bad tonight. I thought our problem was our puck management, and that gets us sometimes. We weren't executing clean, so now you're forcing plays, making soft plays in the neutral zone in your backhand. Obviously, the second goal is a soft, it's a careless play, so that's where we got into trouble. Otherwise, I thought, we did a lot of things well in terms of getting on top of pucks, getting to the inside, getting to the net. Had some good looks. He made some good saves, our goaltender. We were able to slip one by him late to give us a chance, but so that's how I saw our game play out. But they look like they're, they made a change in a more energetic team, but I don't see them every day. So that was just my opinion tonight. Crowd was into it. It was a good Bruins Habs, vocal crowd. So that was good.
Speaking of made some big saves for you guys, and maybe that changed me to kind of go back inside. But just your thoughts on his poise. We've seen plenty of games go away from the Bruins in the past, just the way he was embracing it almost.
Yeah, I mean, he has always had composure. I think he understands the rivalry. I mean, we always discuss it. As I've said this before, I don't care. Maybe that's me as a kid growing up. But first place, last place, somewhere in between either team, it's still a passionate game. I thought that was, what took place tonight. Both teams were into it. They were physical early, had a couple of big hits, and we tried to respond with that and let the game play out. So I thought it was a good hockey game. Either team could have won. And as for Swayman, like I said, I don't think that the moments bother him at all. It was a bit like McAvoy that way as a young guy. There are exceptions when they come in as young players that can rise up as the temperature of the game goes up and the importance of the game, their game goes up. And Swayman seems to be that guy too.
Time for two more.
Any sense of, sorry, that's been addressable, but any sense of a return to normalcy, the fact that it had been so long since you guys have played here, it hasn't been Canadians playing?
Well, for our guys that have been through it, obviously, I think that they're a little more excited. Like I said, it doesn't matter who's in what place. A guy like Marshy who's played a lot of important games against Montreal. Some of our veteran guys, some of the newer guys, we're trying to get them to understand. But, we played them twice earlier at home this year. So that was addressed. Hey, these are games that, that our fan base gets jacked up about. And so does theirs. They're a little more than playing another team. So let's make sure that, we're focused and on time and ready. Doesn't mean you're going to win. Doesn't mean you're going to play your best, but at least let's put some urgency into the game. And tonight we eventually found it.
Last
I
one.
almost fit in that Marshy scored the winner.
Well, I love it. I'm not sure about the La Belle Province or Montreal fans, but as a Bruins fan, you got to love it.
Back with Marshy and Jake DeBrusk.
We're a bad impressive.
Hey, no mess around.
We're on the ball. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Leave those stairs. Oh, that's really fast. Yes. Just next to all. You know, I think 1 3, so you could ask for a wash, and you can get it. Because then,
Yeah.
yeah, well, if somebody said, any goalie we have. And you take it from.
It would have been such a great start.
I mean, those two teams. Well, that's getting all in the end. I mean, that's philosophy.
And do this, things is smart.
At least the Leafs try something with the goalie, but it was all year. It's terrible, terrible,
I don't know
terrible.
if I call that try. Like, come on, man. That's 32.
No, yeah,
But
but
it's something, right?
Yeah, it's kind of story.
It's an art.
He gets a few games, he gets hot, the team gets rolling like they did with Campbell last year. Something's happening. It didn't cost them nothing, so.
I even argue there's no team in the East that is afraid of Toronto.
No,
No,
no, not well.
no, of course.
The name doesn't matter. It's how he plays. Nobody gave a chance to Montreal in 2010 against Washington or Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He made a weak. He was never number one before and never was number one after.
telling me a guy with a losing record in KHL. Like,
I've never seen it.
No, I don't know anything. I didn't even watch the other things.
like, it's like at least he had like a winning pedigree or something.
Yeah,
Like Nelka, like he
yeah,
won stuff in the Czech League.
yeah. but-
That's
yeah,
just
but
me.
when you go in Czech League, like they got lucky, or they do something about it. I don't know, but it's not worth anything. At his age, to be winning in Czech Republic. But the thing about Toronto, and I'm not even joking, I think that everybody thinks they gotta fail, they help. That's, yeah, exactly. Last year was, yeah, you're a favorite, you're the best in the world. Last year with Jack Campbell was maybe the best goalie they ever seen.
Yeah, but that's their history of it.
Yeah, but that now being neglected, I think maybe a bit help them.
That Sox pre-2004. What they finally beat the-
Oh, I hope not. You're the wrong.
Yeah.
That's, they,
Dano is a bigger addition than Foligno was last year.
Yeah.
But I thought Foligno was.
Questions for Jake?
Jake, were you surprised he played in this game tonight?
It was definitely a difficult day. It's been a difficult week, and it's one of those things where, like I said, it was a difficult week, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and you don't necessarily know. And I think that's the one thing that I've taken away from it, from past 4 p.m. today is, I haven't felt clarity in 3 months, so I haven't known if I'm going to go, where I'm going to go, or any of that kind of stuff. So now I know, and it's nice to kind of have that done with.
What have you learned about yourself through that whole experience, having that uncertainty, not knowing what's going on, just literally, I know you guys say shift by shift, day by day, but literally how to do that with hockey in life.
Yeah, it tests you. Yeah, and I've had, obviously my last 2 years of my personal life and, well, just life in general, obviously with COVID and everything, it's been whirlwind to say the least. And I think that it brought out, some good things in me and some bad things. There's tough days and there's good days. And, I just took it shift by shift and day by day.
How about the guys at the battle tonight, grind it out?
Yeah, they played well. They came out pretty aggressive and been playing better as of late. And obviously a huge goal by Cliffy, and that overtime goal was pretty special as well. But shows the character in the room. It's one of those things where every game isn't going to be pretty. There's 82 of them, and teams are going to come for us. Obviously, knowing that we're playing well and in their home barn, and obviously Original Six, it's pretty good rivalry. So we knew we were up for a challenge, and it was looking a little bit glim there in the third period late, but like I said, it was a massive goal by Cliffy. He likes scoring in this rink.
Must have been particularly satisfying considering the way Allen played tonight, and fitting that Marchand scored the chances that he had against Allen from the saves.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, he played well tonight. He made some great saves, and especially in the power play. And there was a couple in and around the net. Got to give him credit for that. And I thought that he gave them a chance to win just as well as Sway did. He made a big save there towards the end, and there was a couple loose pucks around, but it was nice to get that win. Sometimes you run into a hot goalie during a game, and I give the boys credit for winning it.
For a while, you were the new guy on that line. Now Jack comes in, kind of take him aside as well to mentor him along.
In a way, yeah. I mean, that we were pretty good friends, and obviously it's a pretty pressure-packed position. All you want to do is produce, and when you don't for a game or anything like that, can kind of get on you, to be honest, and especially when you're younger. But he knows his game, and I know that he knows where I'm coming from, my sense of things. I think it makes it a little easier if I'm there as well, and Marshy, and I think that his game's gotten better as it's gone along. He's kind of dealing with a little bit of stuff too, so. He's playing hard.
Like you're the rival in the other building, and you get to score. Your team gets to score an overtime goal like this. Where does that rank in terms of like the great feelings in sports?
I'm pretty up there, to be honest with you. I think the only thing that would compete with it would be playoffs. In that sense of things. It's one of those things where obviously this is a very important game for both teams, and over my career, we've lost some, we won some, but anytime it goes overtime, Montreal versus Boston, and it's pretty intense and stakes are high, and it's a great, team feeling when you win a game in overtime, let alone on this stage.
So if we can come back to the first question, I understand clearly it was a tough week and a tough day. Are you making the best of that situation, or you're still positive about what happened?
I don't think it's necessarily it's one of those things where I don't know. I don't look at it as a negative situation. Anytime that you can play for a team that has a chance to win the Stanley Cup, it's a positive, and that's why I play the game, is to win the Stanley Cup. And I'm comfortable with these guys. I grew up with this team and was drafted by them, and it's one of those things where it kind of hits you a little bit, the sense, but it hits you in the right way. And obviously I'm playing on a very good line at the moment, and I'll do anything I can to stay there and help the team win. And like I said, it's all about winning the Stanley Cup at this point, and I think anybody can get behind that.
Time for one more. Good.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dave.
I think we turned it over back in the D zone, and Halls and Grizzy just busted up the ice. Wanted to get up to them, see if they get a 2-on-1, but their guy, I don't know who it was, did a great job getting back, and luckily Halls did a great job pulling up, buying time, and gave me lots of time to make a decision on what I was going to do.
How good is that to get after the tournament?
Yeah, it was good. Old Cliffy dinner for that one. Bailing me out there. It was a terrible play on my behalf, obviously. So I very happy that he bailed me out of that one.
How good did it feel about that opportunity? Alan, considering some of the saves he made there?
Yeah, it was a good one. I kind of knew it was going to come back just because of the way he kind of showboated on the save at the end of the second. I had a little extra. I want to score a little bit extra on that one because of that save. So luckily it went in.
What was your read on that? Because the easy play was to shoot from the spot.
Yeah.
And you, like,
Well, I was going to. He seemed like he had his glove up high a lot throughout the game. So I thought low glove was going to be open, and that's where I was going to shoot it. But he was so far out that, and I had a lot of speed, so I figured last second I didn't really see the hole, and figured I could just go around, and luckily that one went in.
You surprised that you playing with DeBrusk?
Oh, you mean because of the deadline?
Yeah.
You know what? That's how it goes. I understand the way that everything kind of played out, but the team's going to do what's best for the team, not what's best for individuals. And so if it didn't work, it didn't work. And Jake's here, he's part of the group moving forward. And we expect him to be part of the group and compete and work every day the same way that everyone else is expected to. So, we've been going pretty good as of late as a group, and he's fitting on our line. So we're going to need that to continue moving forward.
Time for one more. We've had a couple against the Habs, but this one overtime game winner in Montreal for the first time in 800 odd days. Was that one kind of from the memory?
No, not really. Not for that. Again, I was just really happy that we didn't lose because of that turnover. So it was more, I kind of owed the group there, and it felt good to be able to bounce back and produce in that situation after making such a bad play. So it was more the fact that we won and we got out of there after that. Big sigh of relief. Whenever it's embarrassing when you make plays like that. You feel like you let the whole group down, and it's tough to be on that side of it. So to be able to bounce back from it, it was nice. So it was more of that sense than anything. Just happy for the group that we got out of here with the win.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.